Hello and welcome to my game week 1 draft. So let's not mess about, let's dive in. Here's my old draft, which if you watched my original videos you will vaguely recognise. And next to it the new one. Couple of changes, mainly about the midfield and the forwards. I'm going to go through each one, explain my reasoning behind it, and we'll see where we go. As you can see, McCarthy is still in goal. I know a lot of people are going with the Brighton lad, but for me, McCarthy only played about 2/3 of the season. If he completes a full season, he will match what was done last year, plus a lot more. He will hit 130, 140 points. If Southampton do manage to hit that 10 clean sheets, he could have a really good season. 4.5 million, set and forget. In defence, we can see that we've changed a couple of defenders. Walker-Peters is still in. I don't particularly like the double up in defence for Southampton, but for the first week, this is what I'm going for. So, we've got Egan, Sheffield United, solid last season, good access to clean sheets, Walker-Peters and Robertson. If you're wondering why Robertson, go and watch my video to Trent or not to Trent, because I explain my reasoning behind it there. But I'm quite content with the back three. I have Mitchell from Crystal Palace and Ben White from Brighton. These are going to be rotated in and out. Mitchell will probably be moved along, but he's 4 million. He fits a price point for the first week. Until maybe Ferguson comes back from injury. The other thing, of course, is Walker-Peters and White can be switched out for Taylor at Burnley, Lamptey at Brighton. And I did see a rumour that White played in defensive midfield, which if he does, he might chip in with some assists and a couple of goals, which you never know. Will he be this season's Lundstram? Probably not, but we'll find out. Midfield. This is where I've made some big shifts. Out, Souček. Apparently the lad's in isolation at the moment. Whether he'll be ready to play, I don't know. But the thing that's bothering me is West Ham is not a happy ship. And I think that there could be some issues there at the moment. Hearing lots of bad noises. When the club captain denigrates the club on Twitter, you know there's something up. So he's gone. Replacing him actually is Dendoncker, and I'll come to that. First, Maddison, gone. He was a placeholder. I've gone for Saka. Finished the season strongly, assist in the Community Shield. Arsenal are going to play a one-up front system with the likes of Aubameyang and somebody else on the wings, and then 2 to 3 midfielders behind them. I think he'll play. 5.5 million. I think he'll start the season. 2 good opening fixtures for Arsenal. He could well prove to be good for the beginning of the season. So I'm going to take the gamble. The other reason, of course, is I have 2 million in the bank. This is going to allow me to move up and down if I need to. I can bring some other players in around game week 3, 4, 5. I have some ideas I'm following. Now, I've gone for Aubameyang and Salah. I think for the first game week, you have to have them. If you don't have Salah, you've got to have Mane. For me, they can be swapped out. KDB, Sterling, Bruno. Come the better run of fixtures, I believe Man United from game week 5 have a good run of fixtures. You can move these players in and out. Aubameyang will captain my squad. Salah will be the vice captain, and I'm really hoping one of them scores in the first game week to set me off right. Filling up the midfield, Saint-Maximin. I like him, and again, if you go on how much of the season did they play, he only played about half to 2/3 of the season. So if he plays a full season, he should probably gain another 30 points, which would put him around the 130 mark, which for a 5.5 million player is excellent. You're breaking the 20 points per million spent. I'm willing to take a risk. Good opening fixtures. We'll see how we go with that. Right, on the bench there, you'll notice I've got Dendoncker from Wolves. He scored 100 points and he's £5 million this year. I've put him on the bench. Go and watch my COVID video. I think you need to have playing players on the bench this year, just in case certain people drop out last minute and you've got someone who you think he's going to come in and play. So for me, Dendoncker's there. He scored 2, 3 goals last season, 3, 4 assists, something like that. 5 million can be swapped out for the likes of Harrison at Leeds from about game week 5. If Leeds actually do quite well, he's 5.5 million. This lad was signed permanently from Man City in the summer. Was kind of like one of the driving forces in their midfield last season. I like the look of him. I still have that 2 million in the bank, so I can shift up and down and move players if I need to. But Dendoncker is in there because he will play, probably. And the second background reason is he gives me access to Wolves' defence without having a Wolves defender. He gets points for clean sheets. He's going to be part of that midfield, hopefully going forward and providing the occasional assist. He'll come in when some other players have bad weeks. So he's a backup. The forward line. Big changes here. Initially, I had Vardy and Werner up front with Brewster on the bench. And Brewster could yet move, but nothing seems to be happening very quickly. And I don't want to get locked with a 4.5 player on the bench that I can't move out. So he's gone. If he moves to another club, he will probably come back in at some point, but we'll wait and see. Vardy is also gone. 10 million, it's a lot of money. I felt that I could move players around and get the same kind of value or better value having other players in. So in comes Ings. Go and watch my video. I persuaded myself with Ings. For me, if he scores 17, 18 goals and 3 or 4 assists, he becomes good value. If he hits 20 goals again, he's excellent value. Set and forget for me. First 10 fixtures are excellent. Southampton's fixtures up until game week 13 are very, very good. And then they play Arsenal, Man City back to back. And I might move him out for that. Wilson, signed by Newcastle. I know what I've said in other videos. Don't pick players from the club you support. He's partially a placeholder. If he performs, 6.5 million will be a steal, but I can move him in and out. Wood, Burnley, Mitrovic at Fulham, even Dominic Calvert-Lewin at Everton. I like the look of Everton, but I want to see how they perform. Then I'll start bringing players in. So, good opening games. The first couple of fixtures are very good, and for me, it gives me that extra striker in attack, and will hopefully it'll pay off. If him and Saint-Maximin really start to form a partnership, or Newcastle put it together and Wilson hits the ground running, he could score a few. So I'm quite happy with the forwards. Ings, Werner, Wilson, we'll see what goes there. My only concerns are the defence. McCarthy, Walker double up, I'm not super keen on, but then White could come in later on. Mitchell will probably stay there for a couple of games, as I said, and we'll see where we go. But that is my squad. I am ready for game week 1. The only thing that will change is if there is some strange signing somewhere or injuries or the dreaded lurgy that comes across and suddenly 3 players are out for a fortnight or whatever it is. So we'll see where we go. So some final thoughts. Why no Chelsea? Well, they've gone on a spending spree. We have no idea how they're going to line up, and we don't know if these lads are going to come in and hit the ground running. I've taken the gamble with Werner because he excellent record, scored on international duty. He's been bought to lead the line. So for me, if you want Chelsea, go for him and then bring other people in as and when you see how they set up and how they play. That's what I'm keeping with. That's the only really one I thought was why no Chelsea. The other concerns like is Vardy has a good opening couple of games, but expensive. I've gone for the other two strikers as I explained, and a third sort of wild cardish kind of striker with Wilson. Am I happy? Of course not. No one's ever happy with this squad. I'd have liked another 10 million to splash about. But I've gone the way I've gone. All my players will play opening game week. My intention is to wildcard somewhere around game week 8, 10, a third of the way through the season, so that when the second one comes along, I can wildcard around about the third of the season. But I won't be preempting that. It will be done as and when. Obviously, the chips have still got to be played at some point, but I'm waiting to see what happens. I don't believe in rushing into things, so I'm set. As I say, barring any strange happenings, transfers, injuries, weirdness, this will be my side. So I'd like to say again, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. It really is helpful and I enjoy answering the comments that I've been getting so far. Thank you very much. Good luck for the coming season.